culture. Like, well, that's what I was trying to say.
Welcome back to another episode of Model Talk, filmed at the 305 Studios. You got your girl, She J Jazz, your girl's favorite DJ.
Your girl, K-Bear.
Rocking with your girl, it's Karen Mel.
It's your boy, Big Neil.
It's your boy, Teddy J, and we in the building. How you guys?
What's up?
How's everybody doing this week, man?
Doing wonderful.
It's a beautiful day. It's Halloween weekend.
Feeling good, looking good.
Festivities going on.
I love dressing up.
Yeah.
Speaking of Halloween weekend, why has Halloween become so popular among adults? Has it become over-sexualized? Are you guys dressing up? Let's talk about it.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what this
Halloween.
makes me think of? Y'all seen the movie Mean Girls?
Yes.
When for Halloween, it's like, okay, guys, you probably haven't seen it, but it's like a little teenage movie about
we
girls
haven't
in
seen
high school. You know, you got the group of girls that are popular and they're considered the mean girls. Well, you know, they bring in a little girl who's not as popular, and for Halloween, you know, all they do is wear the lingerie and put some bunny ears on, and that's their Halloween costume. And so that was a big thing, and her dad didn't like it, but the mom was very supportive. So you're right. Why is Halloween become a excuse or the okay day for people to be overly sexy and just put some ears on?
These was high school girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're a little bit too sexy for high school
Yeah.
girls, if you ask me.
Halloween these days is I think it's the time for women to want to show out. They feel like I can get away with it. I can get away with wearing these panties and these little wings on my back and with my titties out, ass out.
Yeah, it's
Put
demon
some
time.
little Dracula teeth.
I'm crying.
Demon time.
And
Demon time.
nobody ain't gonna fuck with me because
Yeah,
they
'cause
know
it's
it's Halloween.
Halloween.
I
Yeah.
can wear anything I want.
There
You
was
be a
actually a
sex
post.
kitten.
There was actually a post on Instagram that said Halloween is the only time a woman can get away with wearing raunchy clothes.
Halloween.
True.
Halloween.
But think about it, guys. This generation with social media, women are already exposing themselves that much. So is it now this year, these last probably 5 years, is it really much that big of a deal that Halloween they're wearing more lingerie? I mean, they're already doing it every day.
Well, it's
That's a big
competition now, and then like you mentioned, social media gives them a platform. So everyone now is like, who's gonna look better on Halloween? Who's gonna look sexier? Who's gonna have that costume? You know what I mean?
They
The
looking
only
for
thing
it.
I don't like is it's trickling down to the
Younger
younger
generation.
ones.
Yeah.
The girls in elementary now they want to wear these little sexy
Skimp
outfits
stuff
as
for
well.
girls, like,
They
yeah,
got a
that's
little
crazy.
crop top showing their little
Yeah.
bellies and stuff. I be feeling some type of way about little girls showing
But
their
that's the
belly.
parent that's doing that. It's not like they're going to the store to buy it and putting it on themselves. You know what I'm saying? So
You got a point there.
it's the parent that's actually saying it's okay.
But I think these kids are influencing their parents. A lot of these kids these days are like, "Mom, I want this." They throwing temper tantrums, and parents are giving in.
I don't believe
Not
that.
me.
You
I
can't
don't
say
believe in that either.
kid influencing a parent. Like, what kind of crap is that?
I think parents are just so
Soft.
focused on being their kids' friends,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's not okay.
Nah, that ain't okay.
yeah.
It's a different time now. Kids talk to parents a totally different way than when we were growing up. Shit, right? Yes was no.
Yeah,
Yes
that's-
was yes, no was no.
No was no, yeah.
Whatever they said, that was it. You didn't try to
You're
like
right.
finagle your parents too much because they just give you one look.
But that
Yeah.
means the parents need a parent and stop being a kid's friend. You gotta put your foot down.
I guess
Yeah.
because now they got this soft parenting era going on. And I think with this soft parenting era, it kind of introduced and allowed these kids in this generation to feel entitled. A lot of them don't feel as though they have to earn anything anymore. They don't understand, the different levels and different types of respect anymore. They just feel as though they didn't choose to be here. You put me on this earth, and so now you got to get me everything I want and everything I need.
Yeah, and they get participation.
So I want to know what y'all wearing for Halloween. I mean, I seen
Of
all y'all on
course.
social media and y'all carnival outfits, other outfits. What you wearing, K-Bear?
So I actually went out last night, and I was a pink Tinkerbell, and I felt sexy. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Okay, nice.
Was it revealing? Like, what you wear?
It was like a leotard. I had a little skirt and some wings and some like gloves and like a wand.
Okay, nice.
Do you have any
Girl.
fairy dust?
Yes, I mean I wish.
So you going to the Halloween party, Karen?
No, sir. We are a child of the Lord. Okay, we
Don't
will be
be a
at
child for you.
home
What about
watching
you?
movies.
No
No, going
Halloween
out.
celebrations?
No Halloween
about you?
celebrations.
CJ?
Tonight I'm hosting at the Mint, so I'm gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
out in these streets. I'm debating if I'm dressing up or not.
You dressing
I
up.
typically don't dress up
You don't?
on Halloween. No, as a child I did, but as an adult, not as much. But I may or may not put something together in my closet and call myself something just to please the crowd or
What you
whatever.
gonna call yourself?
I don't know. It depends on. But you're right. I'll probably put on some type of lingerie, or I don't know. I'll figure it out. Put some ears on. Call it a day.
So, Mr. J, you dressing up for Halloween?
Hey, I went to the Halloween store yesterday with my daughter, getting her some some outfits. And I actually was trying on some mask and all that stuff, and I'm like, damn, this is a young man's game, though, because I'm in that mask for like 1 minute, barely can't breathe. I'm hallucinating. I'm like, God damn, I'm supposed to be in this shit.
Well, I'm not dressing.
No
up.
facts.
All right, guys, moving on to New Music Fridays. It is back, guys, and we got Busta Rhymes, NBA Youngboy, Brent Faiyaz, and other notable names in hip-hop industry made waves this week with their new music releases. Here's a look into the highlights of this week's new music release and updates. So Brent Faiyaz dropped his highly anticipated album, Larger Than Life, featuring 14 soulful tracks. The album includes collaborations with Coco Jones, A$AP Rocky, Missy Elliott, and Babyface Ray, amongst others. Busta Rhymes announces Blockbuster. New York rap legend Busta Rhymes announces 11th studio album, Blockbuster. Set to release on November 24th, the album boasts productions from esteemed producers such as Timbaland, Swizz Beatz, and Pharrell Williams. And lastly, NBA Youngboy is gearing up to drop his mixtape, Decided To, on November 10th. Serving as a follow-up to his previous mixtape, Decided fans can expect his signature style and hand-hitting beats in this upcoming release. Y'all tell me, which one are you guys looking forward to listening to?
We got a lot of Thanksgiving drop. I'm looking forward to Blockbuster.
Brent.
By,
Busta
Rhymes.
Yeah, I want to see how Busta coming back, man.
Yeah,
it's always good to see a seasoned veteran still in the game, still dropping hits. You know what I mean? Busta's the shit.
Yeah. Legendary.
I'm definitely looking for NBA Youngboy too. Youngboy's, he always keeping it. Got to hear that.
Yeah.
We got any Youngboy fans here?
I was gonna say, I don't know who this man is. I mean, I'm not gonna say that.
I didn't think you were gonna say that.
So listen, I think they all look and sound the same. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I wouldn't be able to pick him if you put NBA Youngboy. I don't know, Blueface. Who else? The babies, the young. I don't know. I just can't. I can't find him.
Hey, you dating yourself right now. You know
Listen,
that, right?
don't do that. Don't do that. I can't put them together. Brent Faiyaz, now you know what I'm saying? I could see how I could work with his vibe. He gives the energy for the women. He's a little toxic,
Right.
but he gives the energy for the women. And, I can understand his sound. Like those rappers, I can't really understand their sound. Like, it's like, what am I listening to?
Sound though? He has a particular sound.
I'm going to go, what you recommend I listen to?
I ain't gonna say NBA Youngboy for you. Rod Wave or something for you. For the Rod Wave or for the ladies.
Rod Wave, he too personal.
But yeah, NBA Youngboy, I'm gonna tell you why I like him. I like his work ethic. He like a young Tupac. This man makes so many albums. Yeah, I'm not saying the content is Tupac. I'm saying his work ethic, meaning he makes a lot of music, non-stop music.
They had a conversation about how hip hop is at like a stagnation almost.
Yeah.
When it comes to like the success
Sales
and
and
everything,
stuff.
sales compared to country music, rock and roll music. They said hip hop is all kind of sounding the same.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? And even the music videos is like all about kind of flaunting and whatever, but with like a nice car in the background, that's kind of it. But if you watch country music and rock video, their music videos tell stories. They're shot different, almost like movies and stuff. So I think hip hop has to elevate instead of just copying each other's style. You know what I mean?
Hip hop has become more female oriented.
That's true too.
It's way more female artists than it ever been. So I guess, like, in my opinion, men not looking at it the same way, so they not buying. But women are the ones that buy. Women and children are the ones that buy the music.
Yeah. And most of the new female artists, they kind of talking about the same shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most of them just like talking about shaking the ass, sex, this, and now they got a vulgar. There's like a vulgar category. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about.
I'm crying.
Those are the Sukianas, the sexy reds, the ones that's talking straight nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They the real Two Live Crew.
Yeah.
What is NBA's Young Boy's most notable song that I would know?
The title? Nah, I don't know the titles.
Yeah. That's a young man's game.
No?
I'm crying, and I'm horrible because I'm a DJ. But honestly, I don't really listen to him either like that. I'm more of a I'm about to show my age. I'll listen to some old school R&B and everything when I'm riding in the car because I record and mix music all day, so I really need my ears to rest. So I already have to listen to that kind of rap locally, you know. So imagine what I got to go through. But anyways, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head if I had I have my laptop right here. I have a laptop right here.
I'm not good with these new age rappers and the titles of the music. I just know when I hear the music, if I like it, I like it.
Yeah.
Like I like 21 and
21 Savage.
21 Savage
See?
and Rod Wave together. They got the girls. I like that song. You know?
Okay,
because
Girls,
it take me back to
Girls.
when Jay-Z did the song, so it's just reminiscent of it. So I like it.
Yeah.
But
That's
they put their
another-
own spin on it as younger artists.
I noticed that while CJ Jazz getting that information for me, I noticed that a lot of the music nowadays are piggybacking on the old stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Biggest
saying?
hit. What's his
Like,
biggest hit?
what's his name? The last Burna Boy. I haven't heard not one song from Burna Boy where he isn't like sampling from somebody
old
else.
school.
Yet. The what he got now is fire, but I haven't heard anything that is original.
I like that from Ball Greasy too. That's his formula. Go back to old school and put his own spin on it. So that's what I really like. I like old school music, and when you can revisit it and make it young again.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I'm excited
You
for
haven't
Brent.
found it, CJ?
It says this right here. By the title, I don't know what I'm about to play.
No,
Oh
what's the
Lord,
title?
what's the title?
It says Outside Today.
Outside Today. That's his biggest hit.
That's
today.
his biggest.
That's what this
that's the most
article
popular
said.
song.
You might want to not play the title. We don't want to get in copyright infringements.
Yeah.
Crying. So
Well, going into Model Talk News today, there's been a hit list. It's been on Facebook, IG, everywhere, where a group of women have gotten together talking about the places that women absolutely refuse to go to on a first date. Now, these places are ranging from number one, they had Cheesecake Factory as number one, which I personally don't see nothing wrong with Cheesecake Factory. They had Applebee's. Applebee's got some great margaritas too.
yeah, they do.
had
And they
Chili's,
$1.
Chipotle, ranging from Olive Garden to bowling. And the men responded back with their own list, stating things that men should avoid, women that men
Women.
should avoid. And number one, they had single mothers.
No, they
Single
didn't.
mothers, man, stay away. Women with tattoos, sex workers, women with OnlyFans, women who travel alone regularly, divorcees, and they also had the American black woman on there.
Hater.
Wow.
Straight haters.
Ladies, are there places that you guys absolutely refuse to go to on a first date? And how do you guys feel about this list?
This is some bull. I ain't even gonna say all of that. But I just feel as though social media and people in this generation is just lost their mind at this point. I feel like the list is ridiculous. If a man wants to if a man takes his time out to ask me out on a date, to spend time with me and spend whatever money his budget is allowed for him to spend, then I am going to be grateful and appreciative of the experience. The one place I'm absolutely not going to go on the first date is his house.
Is your house. Amen,
That is
sister.
the one place I'm definitely not going to go
I
on
agree
the
with
first date. I'm not going to
agree
go
with
to
that.
your house for whatever reason. It's just not happening. We can meet up. We can link up. You can even come pick me up from my house, possibly, if I knew you a little bit before, you asked me out on a date. But if I just met you, we're going to meet there. All those restaurants, you could take me there. I'm going to find something on the menu.
They all serve chicken.
Cheesecake Factory got cheesecake. And if anything, just get drunk, get some drinks.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
What about you,
don't get
Kate,
it.
man? Where you not going, or is all these places okay for you?
Honestly, I agree with Jazz. I'm not really particular, but I'm not going back to his house. I feel like this generation of people focuses so much on social media and what everyone else has going on and not what they have going
What
on.
they think,
People always want to one up the next person. And honestly, being a man, you guys already have it as hard as it is. And I just feel like some people make it a lot harder. It's really hard to date in this generation. So honestly, if the conversation and vibe is good, I can find something on the menu. Now, let's say there's just one place I will not go is like Applebee's because a lot of it hurts my stomach, unfortunately. So.
Okay, well that's
Okay,
a good
so that's
reason
all
though.
right.
So then I'll just suggest another place, but within means. I feel like some people want to start off a first day at steakhouses. We do not know each other. Not
Yeah.
saying if that's where you want to take me, that's fine. But I don't think that needs to be the first date because for me, I don't know. I just think when a man does that, he's just going
Showing out.
yeah,
Going
showing
overboard,
out,
yeah.
overboard, and I don't
Yeah.
need that the first date.
So
No, you
asking
good. Go
wanna
ahead.
pick- I feel like if a man take you to a steakhouse on the first day, he really telling you, "Hey, man,
He
you
want
know
that
what come with that
punani.
steak,
I want
right?"
that ass.
Right.
Yeah.
That's real. Like if he going all out like that, he really ain't just trying to get to know you. He trying to buy you right quick.
But what if that's his budget? Like that's what he do on a regular. What if he's a
Okay, on the
stable
regular, he
man?
might be
He
trying-
don't go to Applebee's and stuff. He normally go to nice restaurants, and so he's not trying to just.
But we're
get
not
in your
talking about
pants.
that man because that's
Oh.
just that one man. We talking
Yeah.
about the average man.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
Because this is an average man list. This not. They saying they
right.
don't want an average man taking them to this.
You
'Cause
right.
If you got money, you know your pockets meeting up real good. Of course, you're not expecting cheesecake and all that.
But to me, the first date shouldn't even be like that extravagant. You know, to me, a first date should kind of just be like, we're just trying to get to know each other. We're trying to have a little conversation. Like, I'm not taking you nowhere where you got to dress up like you going to the prom
Yeah.
and we just, you got to do all this extraness. It should just be like everybody can be themselves. Like, you're getting to know each other. That's the way I feel.
Agreed, definitely.
You want to speak?
What do you say,
Go ahead.
Karen? You didn't tell
Yeah,
about
yeah,
your
yeah.
experience.
Regarding this list, like ladies, cut it out because half of y'all going just for food anyways.
Exactly.
Y'all
Right.
really, y'all refrigerator is on empty, and you just trying to find food. So beggars can't be choosers, ma'am. Okay,
Fact.
unless
There
you
you go.
taking your own self to these restaurants, then you know what I'm saying. Like, girl,
Fact.
get you some business because we should not be putting this in our men's heads that they have to work so hard to actually get you to love them. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like that's
Exactly.
crazy.
It's really
Like that's
crazy.
really crazy to me.
You can't just love me for me. Like why I gotta
and
get you some
then, and
pop-
then when it does get to where you know what I'm saying, it's supposed to get, the relationship is not going to be how it's supposed to be based on the beginning. Like the
Right.
beginning, he was already expecting to having to be paying for whatever he has to pay for. So when it stops, or you know what I'm saying, when the situation gets low, it's you out the door
You out the
because
door,
now
yeah.
you understand that okay, look, he was doing this in the beginning. He's not doing it now. That's all you're there for.
Yeah.
That's gonna be all you're there for in the whole relationship, and that's not it, baby. Get you some business, girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, stop
Yeah, yeah.
looking for free meals.
For
you know
free
what I mean?
meals, they be hungry.
Try to get to know these men out here. Y'all looking for special meals, free meals. You're not gonna eat this. You're not gonna eat that. The whole purpose of the date is getting to know each other.
So on the other end of that spectrum, how y'all feel about that men's list? The
Oh,
men's
yeah.
list.
I just feel like they're hurt. You
They
know,
was spiteful.
they hurt. They was hurt about the list because those are the places they was taking their ladies, and they probably feel like they got slapped in the face.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel as though they gonna end up lonely too because half their list is what 90% of women. I got 15 of them.
They might as well
15
date
what?
men.
Are y'all
15
gonna
other
date me?
things that they not.
Y'all go date me.
they can't
I'm
take you from.
15 of them. I'm a single mom.
You got
I'm a
tattoos,
divorcee. I got
divorce-
tattoos.
Well,
too.
You got an
I'm
Instagram
an
page.
African American woman. I don't have an OnlyFans anymore. Thank you very much.
No, I
And
said
not
Instagram.
anymore.
I didn't say OnlyFans. hey, a hit dog a holler. I ain't even say OnlyFans.
Not anymore.
Hey,
My guilty conscience.
So you
but I'm
got
just
none
like,
ear piercings?
just like I got piercings, but my thing is, I'm still a great woman. I'm still a good person. I'm still submissive to the right man. I'm still what you need me to be,
Yeah,
where you
speak
need
on
me to be. That just because I hit all these little things don't make me no less than that. And I feel as though if a man take you to any of those places, don't make him no less than a man for him taking you to those places.
What's a party voice? Because I said say women with a party voice.
Is that being
What
loud?
Maybe that's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what it
yeah.
is.
Too
Like
loud.
a drunk, like
Yeah, she always.
Oh,
like
they gonna hate me,
talk-
baby.
You got a
I'm
party
crying.
voice?
yelling,
But I
yes,
think
girl.
men feel like a lot of women are just looking for certain things, and they feel like a lot of women come with a lot of different things like that. So the list is kind of like niggas be warned, beware. You know what I mean? These single moms do come with some baggage. I don't want to call it baggage, but I mean they come with some things that's attached to it. But I think
Here we go.
the older generation of men, this is what they're kind of dealing with. Like if you're dating women over 30 and they're single, most of them are gonna have kids. And a lot of them are gonna be divorcees.
But just like the man that's dating the woman.
You know what I found out?
You know what I'm saying?
I found out a lot. Like a lot of young men are acceptable to a lot of these things that's on this list. They don't mind.
So moving on to the topic of the day, are open relationships the solution to prevent cheating?
Ooh, sorry, my face.
You was ready to get in on that
Because
one, friend. Go ahead.
I feel like with open relationships, you have to have a conversation about who you're being open with. That's just me. You can't just say, just go out there and do it.
Oh, no, yeah.
You have to actually
put
have
some
that
guidelines on it.
conversation, and
Yeah.
there has to be boundaries towards it.
Yeah.
Because some people will want an open relationship, but they're open on their side, but they're not open on
Right.
It's
On the
not
other
open
side,
on the
yeah.
other side.
Yeah.
So it depends on the extent of, are we having a conversation about being open, or are you just being open
That's-
without telling me?
I don't agree with this. Are open relationships the solution? No. If you're gonna cheat, you're gonna cheat whether you're in a
Regardless.
relationship,
That
whether
is
you're
true.
not in the relationship. If you feel like you need to cheat, be single. Like
Well,
this
yeah.
open relationship situation thing does not, because that's when it becomes messy. It becomes like, somebody gets feelings, the other person, there's no possible way you're just gonna go ahead and have relations with somebody else and go home to your husband or wife.
It's possible.
And it works like that for the long run.
I agree with you, because if a person gonna cheat, they gonna cheat. I think having an open relationship that's just something you want to do. You could do that. It's not gonna prevent cheating. Cheating gonna happen because that's a mindset of a person.
Correct.
The person gonna do what they want to do. Y'all can have guidelines and set it up. All right, we gonna have this open relationship, but as soon as that person, the cheater, decides, they gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have already talked about it, but they gonna still do it.
But it's not cheating anymore.
Yeah,
If it's an open relationship now.
depending on the guidelines. though.
Cheating is the other person not knowing, you going behind their back, you doing whatever. And as everyone cheats for a particular reason. Your reason might just be you enjoy other relationship, having another relationship. Someone just might just enjoy fucking, or just might enjoy being intimate with someone else.
Yeah, but what
So
I'm saying is,
that craving, if it's like, damn, no matter if I'm with my wife, I'm always gonna crave just to be with someone else or whatever. And maybe that open relationship guidelines is like, okay,
oh yeah, if you say you can go with anybody and whatever,
and maybe
It's
she
not
might feel
cheating.
the same. Maybe she might not just want to sleep with you for the next 50 years.
Be single. Don't be
You know?
married.
No, but remember, relationships are not only based on sex.
so it gotta be a
Business.
full disclosure.
So-
Gotta be a full, everything that you do. Like when you're ready to go to the next relationship, you got to tell them everything.
I feel like it should be a
Considered cheating?
conversation. It'd be like, look, baby, I enjoy the business part of us. We're together. I enjoy the love part that you actually bring love. Like, I really enjoy how you are, the love, whatever. But maybe during sex, maybe that person is just like a freelancer. They just enjoy sex. And you might be like, okay, well, baby, like you said one time on the show, bring her in.
That's what I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah.
why can't y'all have a conversation? Okay, now let me make a disclosure because people gonna be. I'm not like the type of person to be in any polygamous relationships, nor do I do the open relationships. However, I am very attracted to women, and if there's a situation where my husband does feel like he needs to step out, I would like for us to
You
have
would
that
like.
type of conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's actually happening.
I would like for us to have
right.
that conversation, and we'll take
It's
the
probably
steps
happened.
together. And we'll take the steps together to coming to a solution on whether we're gonna, either, do that in our relationship, in our marriage, or, tell me what I'm doing wrong, or tell me where I lack, so
It may
I
not
can.
be you.
Nah.
So how does that work? Talking to a veteran. All right,
I'm crying.
how does that?
So once
Why'd
you
you
start,
look at me like
Like,
once
that?
I start, when you take it out the box, can you put it back in the box though?
If I bring the girl home, me and you together, we whatever. I bring the girl home to us. So it's more like now is it only when I want her now, or now you're kind of like into
Dictating.
it now? Now you're bringing her into, because like maybe you like her
you
as
might
well.
like it.
How does that work? I just want to
So
know.
it depends on the situation. I can't really explain how it happens. It's mostly like kind of a off the whim type of thing, but it is a conversation that we have because I know that I'm into women. So it's a conversation that I make sure that we have because I know that I don't want him to feel like, okay, he can't look and he can't, you know what I'm saying? I want you to be comfortable with me, to let me know, how we can work this together. Now, if it does happen,
If
if it does happen, we have an agreement that it's one and done with that particular person.
One and done. What if y'all
With
enjoy
that
her?
particular person. Yes, absolutely.
What if she's great?
Sorry, baby. Go get you somebody else to do it.
Yeah.
So how do you
Because it
handle
becomes-
watching?
Yeah.
How do you handle watching your guy?
It turns me on.
smashing
It
another
turns
woman
me
right
on
in
so
front of you?
much.
You
It
like
turns
that?
me on so much. Stop.
Okay, you like that?
You had something to say, Jazz.
Yeah, y'all be going in on
when you're
this.
with Sheeta, I want to say something.
Wow, Karen. We learned so much about you this
Lord.
episode.
I'm telling you.
But I wanted to say two things because you were asking Karen, like, how does it work? You know, if you bring a girl home, does she be able to contact? I think right there, that's where you cross the line of mixing the open relationship, a threesome, and like poly. You know what I'm saying? That's where you start mixing that. Because like
Right.
then you're
Thin
talking
line.
about building relationship and bringing
Smart.
someone. Is it just yours? Is it ours? Or is it hers? And you know,
Right.
that's when
That's
you're
true.
starting to blur it. So if you're talking about just an open relationship, then you could be like, babe, I'm at the club. I didn't seen this girl. How you feeling? She'd be like, bring her home. Then I feel like that's more what you
One
would
and
what you
done,
would
like
be
she
talking
said.
about. So you come home with her, whatever. But in my past, because I like girls too. Me and my girlfriend, when we were overseas, for us, like we had threesomes all the time. And
Damn.
shut up.
With other women.
With other women
So
all
it
the
was
time.
three of y'all?
Yeah, all the time. And it just happened because me and her, I guess we was just a vibe. And next thing we know, we was just always home with somebody else. It just would happen, you know. But
Right.
me and her knew what we had. We knew what we was got going on. And like she said, it would never be the same. Well, I take that back.
Did
That
y'all
one
do
girl was
repeats?
multiple times. Yeah.
See, that's
But
See,
we
that's
were
where
very
I-
professional when we seen each other. Like it was all friends. We was Gucci. We know it was like when we get drunk, get lit at night. What happens at dark stays in the dark. And it was Gucci until
what was the
it wasn't
demise of that
Gucci.
situation?
Exactly.
Because we
What
was
always
the
got to talk
demise?
about
Yeah.
the demise
People
of the
not
situation.
built.
So what
Right.
happened to
'Cause
make
it
it?
don't-
So
do it,
we
keep it
were
going.
engaged. Mind you, we were in the military. We were stationed overseas. And then when I came back stateside and she was still overseas, she just was
separation.
unfaithful.
It was the separation in that.
Yeah. And I can't deal with too much unfaithfulness, especially how you deal with it and tell me. And it was just
Well,
cheating.
sex is. You understand sex itself.
yeah,
Sex
but she was
can-
cheating on with men and women.
No, I'm talking just sex in general in relationships.
Violating the guidelines.
It can go further than okay, just you and that one person. That's like okay, normal ways is that, but once you get into like what you're talking about, what you spoke about, it kind of expands the world of sex, the realm of sex, and some people love it. Some people enjoy it. Like some people love having a third person there. Or even watching their partner have sex with someone else. It's expanding the mindset. I think cheating comes a lot of times from being stagnant. Some people get tired of just there's only so much things sometimes you can do when you just being with that one person.
I think cheating comes from the person just being greedy.
That, or I feel as though,
Coming from a ex.
You think it's
cheater.
about being greedy?
Yes.
I think it also comes
because
from,
if you got a partner, you need to be respecting your partner and yourself. Because you shouldn't have to cheat. It like y'all saying these open relationships, but if you having an open relationship and you still cheating,
Yeah,
you
that's
kinda
weird.
greedy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dude, that's greedy if you have an
It's
open
definitely greedy.
relationship.
It's the same thing. Whether it's one and one,
Ask yourself this
one-on-one.
realistically.
It's greed.
And this is a real question. Do y'all think you could have been with one person your entire life?
If
I
you
do.
choose
Knowing,
to, yes, you
knowing
can.
who you've been
you
with,
can
knowing
be
how
with
much
one-
different relationships you've been in.
I think.
Do you think one
can.
person could have satisfied you sexually your entire life?
Listen. Oh, go ahead. You want to speak?
I think the most important thing when it comes to being with a partner is communication. If you can find that partner where you can share and trust that person with anything and everything, you should be able to express to them how you want to be pleased. So you talk about being with that one person. Yes, and initially you're probably going to all do natural things, whatever. But there's going to be a common time where you're like, hey, babe, so there's been something I've been wanting to try. You know, could you or I've been having this fantasy. You bring those things to the table so you can spice it up so you're not
Yeah.
stagnant or whatever. But if you don't have that communication or you don't have that comfortability or that trust to do that, then of course you're probably gonna go out there and cheat and find it elsewhere. But I think that's when it comes to being most important of knowing your partner before you decide to be with that person for the rest of your life.
What you
Well,
got for us, K
go
Bear?
ahead.
I
That's
actually
it.
was gonna say what you said. It's about communication. If you don't talk to your partner about what's going on, then that's when the distrust is gonna happen. That's when those looking elsewhere is gonna happen. It's just if you don't communicate of how you're feeling, and if the sex at the moment is just not good, you have to spice it up.
Yeah.
And if you don't spice it up, they're gonna go
got
somewhere
mine.
else.
My thought process. I don't think no one person can satisfy another person. Period. I think it's the person their self, that has to satisfy their self mentally, because sex is mental. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get to the point where you feeling bored, it's because you're feeling bored. You know what I'm saying?
It's a little physical,
maybe
too.
you're boring. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all ain't doing, you ain't getting this other person to do that one other person, because it could be that one person.
But we have to admit that certain people are more sexual than other people.
We admit
Right.
that, yes.
You might be with someone who's just not that sexual
You may.
to them. You know, like and their expression of sex, maybe because of what they've been through or whatever, might not be enough for you. And
But maybe it's your experience
'Cause
with
when you-
sex that got you to that point where it's not enough.
that's
for
what
you.
I'm saying. Depending,
The
everybody's
double-edged
different.
sword.
Right.
You might have been with 10 different lovers throughout your life. This person might just been with one or been with
An
none.
experience.
But that's the problem.
You know what I mean? So
That's the
now you
problem.
have to. You like, damn, you're comparing. We all compare,
Right.
whether we say it or not. But you're like, damn, this other person used to know my spots, used to do this, used to do that. This person doesn't want to go down on me. They don't want to do this. They're acting like they're too old.
But that's why they tell you, that's why it's written the way it's written. If you eat vanilla ice cream, you'll eat vanilla ice cream if that's what you eat. But once you taste chocolate, vanilla ain't tasting the same no more. And that's where it all come in at.